I entered in community in Italy. I spent 3 years in Italy first before to come to Ireland, and the only reason was because I had so many criminal charges that the Italian government will not allow me to have a passport. So I did time in jail, but in community. I didn't have a beautiful family. I had a beautiful father and a beautiful mother where I grew up. Unfortunately, they were not going well with themselves. So physical, emotional abuse in my home, that's the way I grew up.
It's something what started at least in my life when I was child, you know. I wasn't happy, I was sad child since the beginning. I suffered a lot of things. I suffered situation in my family and a lot of things I wasn't able to deal with, and later I found like kind of false happiness in drugs. Like I lost almost everything, you know. A few times I almost died because of drugs. I overdosed and I realized I needed help. I was in Cenacolo because I didn't have any choice. I wanted maybe to avoid prison. I came to community because I was afraid of a lot of things. I didn't want to live in that way I did.
Few people know about the Cenacolo community or the people within it. There are over 60 Cenacolo houses worldwide, and the Irish House is located just outside of Knock in Mayo. The men that live here are recovering addicts. They come here for at least 3 years to cure their addictions through God.
Cenacolo helps to people with all sorts of addictions and help them to find a way to happiness. And the community was founded 30 years ago in northern Italy by Madre Elvira. She wanted to show us that God loves us and that God provides everything once we trust to Him. And I couldn't really believe in that when I entered to Cenacolo.
Not everyone who enters the community is religious. For some, this is their last resort. But through prayer and work, they are forced to face up to their difficulties and confront who they really are. The community does not receive any government funding. Instead, they rely on God and what they call divine providence. To them, divine providence comes in the form of donations and gifts of food, clothes, and livestock for their farm. Their days are made up of assigned tasks, such as cooking, cleaning, building, and tending to the animals. These tasks are known as responsibilities.
I think these responsibilities help a lot to get confidence and to believe I'm able to do that, I'm able to do that. I'm not so weak, and later we are happy, you know, after all these overcomings, you know. This is something beautiful, just, you know, responsibility help you grow, help you to believe that you don't have to escape from everything all life. You don't have to go straight away in drugs. You don't have to do that.
Just as there are Irish people in Cenacolo communities around the world, there are other nationalities in this Irish community. Some enter the community not knowing any of the native language, so they are encouraged to speak all of the languages of the members. A lot of their day is spent in individual prayer, but also group prayer, so visiting priests say Mass in many languages.
The primary reason I started coming here was to say Mass in Italian, and I also give advice, spiritual advice, to some of the people here when they wanted. Some of them that speak Italian, they can speak in their own language to me and that.
Fratelli, se bisogna vantarsi, ma non conviene, però tuttavia le visioni.
I trust, for example, I trust the community, and I know I didn't know to help myself when I came, and they helped me. So I have to trust to them. Many times I don't know what is good for me. Maybe I would fall in love, but maybe it's not good for me. I always ask in this, you know, in these situations. I always ask because I know that someone knows better what is good for me. When I leave God, I leave God again, I'll be there using drugs very quick. Because evil, I believe in this deeply. When there is God and there is evil, there is Satan. And there is nothing in between, black or white. So I know that if I'm not with him, I'm with the other one, and then he's always there. I never believed in that before, I have to tell you. My mother was talking about Satan, I was laughing always. But it was the big trap, because I didn't believe in that. I thought that I was doing everything all right,
For people who are not religious, this may seem extreme, and it may raise more questions than answers. Is this personal spiritual development, or is this a religious institution taking advantage of vulnerable people? These men are aware that many people criticise the religious nature of the community. When I interviewed Davida, he said, when you've hit rock bottom and you think you want your old life back, it's really a new life you need. Even if Chinaklo seems overly religious, is it really fair to criticise if it can provide a new life for these men?
I grew up in fear. Community take away that fear and discover who Davide was and how beautiful he is. Things I never heard from my parents. So community really gave me the kick start in life.
I started to understand my father, I stopped to blame my father. So then my relationship with my dad changed because I wasn't hating him anymore. I started to love him. I understood how much he loved me. It was because of the prayer, because of the faith.
I'm amazed in a way that people can be transformed, their lives can be transformed by being in community and the good that happens to them. To bless all those we think about and talk about here today, in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Spending time with the Chinaklo community highlighted the importance of relationships and how they can affect someone's life. Living within a community, these men learn to trust, love, and respect others, but mainly themselves. And this is what it seems transforms their lives.
Community gave me that belonging, a mother and a father. To me, Mother Elvira is like my mother. And that love, that look, that embrace that she gave me on the first time I met her in 1996, I never experienced those things. So to me, I discovered what love is, and from a stranger. So I want her, and I want her more.
We have much greater needs than food and drink, and we realise that when people come to the Chinaklo to live here. One of the deepest needs, and Mother Elvira talks about that, is the need to feel that we are loved and to know that we are loved. It's such a great need within us all.
I left community in November 2001. I had a job, I had a girlfriend. She was in our prayer group, in his prayer group, and she used to bring Providence to us. And for a year and a half, I was maybe for family days or big party working in the kitchen. And she will come and dry the dishes. And I will always say to her, what you doing here? You're lovely dressed, And I say to her, go on with the other people, you get dirt here. She said to me, are you thick? And I look at her, and I came here with no English. So I say, what do you mean I'm thick? I say, I like spending time with you, that's why I'm here. I don't care what I'm dressed or stuff like that. And today she's my wife and we have 6 beautiful children, so it's a miracle.
Chinaklo encourages these people to face and confront the issues that pointed them towards addiction. Unfortunately, society does not view addicts as having the potential to be a loving husband, father, mother, or sister. But maybe we need to remind ourselves that there is a great person inside all of us, as proven by this community. And with the right love and support, that person will emerge.
If you use only 10% of effort that you used before to do bad things, and if you use this 10% of effort to do good, you will be a great person.